Welcome back to the Mike and Andrew Show. I'm Andrew Surwick here again with Mike Meredith. Mike, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. Ready for some more sports to talk about here.
Yes, sir. Quite a bit to talk about, so let's get right into it. We got the NFL to start off the weekend. Right now, we got the Rams and the Saints playing. I believe we previewed this game on Tuesday's episode, so we'll not get much into that right now. But Rams are up 10-0 as of right now. But Saturday, we'll have two games. The Steelers hosting the Bengals. Cincinnati, a 3-point favorite in this game. Look, Pittsburgh lately just has not been good. They were pretty good to start the year. That said, they have Mitch Trubisky starting, so you gotta go with the Bengals here. It doesn't matter who your quarterback is. If you have Mitch Trubisky as your starting quarterback, you're gonna lose a game.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, I thought they said that Mason Rudolph was going to be starting this week. I don't know if they've
Oh,
changed that.
you might be right.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that on a post a couple days ago that
Yeah,
Mason
no, you
Rudolph
you
was
are right.
starting.
You are right. He is
So,
supposed to be starting.
but still, I mean, I still don't think I trust Mason Rudolph even. So I'm still picking the Bengals here.
Yeah, no, I cannot trust the Steelers at all in this situation. I mean, Rudolph is a slight step better than Trubisky, but is basically having the same thing as Trubisky as your quarterback. The Chargers will be hosting the Bills. Buffalo, a 12.5 point favorite in this game. Look, this spread is just way too big. I think the Bills win this game. I don't know if they cover. But yeah, the Chargers obviously getting absolutely embarrassed last week, Thursday Night Football. Um, they got a new head coach in. Uh, this offense is not going to be doing much. I don't think Justin Herbert's back, so I got to roll with the Bills here. But I don't think the Bills cover that 12.5. That's a lot in the NFL. It's possible, especially just with how bad the situation in LA is, but usually when you see spreads this big, they don't usually end up getting covered.
Yeah, this is just tough. I mean, I'm pretty sure Herbert's out for the rest of the season. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, there's no reason to bring him back. They've already are out of the playoffs. If Brain Staley was still coaching, I would say, yeah, Bills are going to cover. But now, with him not coaching, I think the Chargers will at least be somewhat close in this game. I think the Bills still win probably by 10, but um, Chargers got to play better after that performance last week.
Yeah, that was just absolutely embarrassing last week, man. Uh, Sunday, the Vikings are hosting the Lions. Detroit, a 3-point favorite in this game. Look, there's a lot, like in this situation, I feel like this is a must-win for Detroit because, they can wrap up the division with a win right now over Minnesota. First time that'll happen in 30 years that they win the division. Um, you know, there's a lot riding on this game for Detroit. On the other hand, you have a Minnesota team whose defense is very angry about last week, about what happened. Um, Look, this is going to be a very close game, I think. Granted, the quarterback situation in Minnesota is not good at all, but you just kind of have to go with the Lions here. It's going to be a lot closer. I feel like this is going to be a nice defensive battle, but I think the Lions can win this game. I'm pretty sure they'll cover that 3 points as well.
Yeah, Lions got to do what they did last week and just show out because right here, that's the game that just locks up the division because they win this, they clinch. The only way they don't is if they lose out and Minnesota wins out, which just can't have that happen. I mean, when you control your destiny by all those games, just win this first game and get it over with and clinch the division here.
Yeah, I feel like this is just get your hands in the dirt. do everything you possibly can to lock up this division now. And you lock up the division, and you have yourself, you know, 2 weeks basically to rest guys that you can rest Frank Ragnow and you can rest Taylor Decker because those 2 weeks won't really matter. You got that division locked up, and you can just rest guys, get them ready for the playoffs. The Texans are hosting the Browns. Cleveland, a 2.5 point favorite in this game. Um, CJ Stroud, I believe he's out for the rest of the year. Um, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think I saw something that he is out the rest of the year. Um, but you're gonna have, but he's at least out for this game. Joe Flacco has looked really good coming off the bench for the Browns. You got Keenum starting for the Texans. He was able to sneak away last week with a win in overtime for Texans, but he's gonna have to play a much better game this week. I gotta roll with the Browns here. I think the Texans they're a lot better of a team this year than really anyone thought they would be. But in this situation, I have to go with the better quarterback here, and I got to go with the Browns.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Browns too here. Like you said, just better quarterback, and I trust their defense more too. So I think that they're going to take this one. Texans had a real struggle last week to win that game. Case Keenum, he's only been in maybe 4 or 5 games in like 4 or 5 years starting. So I think that Houston just isn't going to have enough to win this one.
Yeah, no, you're right. He has not started really any games in the last 4 or 5 years. Just only a handful, if that. But yeah, no, you got to trust the Browns here. They have a more experienced quarterback for sure, and then also just a better defense. So the Jets host the Commanders. This one's definitely a toilet bowl game for sure. The Jets are a 3 point favorite in this game. Um, I the Commanders haven't won a game since the trade deadline, and well, that one we kind of saw coming when they traded Montez Sweat and Chase Young on the defense. Just anyone can score on Washington now. They don't have a good quarterback situation either. The Jets, on the other hand, well, yeah, we already know how bad the offense is. The defense, though, it's elite. So I gotta go with the Jets here. This is gonna be a really really low scoring game, very boring to watch, just because both offenses are not gonna be able to do anything.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I think that the Jets. I trust the Jets defense most of either any offense or defense in this game. So I think that they will probably score some points there. Washington's a toilet bowl. I mean, the Jets are toilet bowl too, but at least their defense is somewhat confident. So yeah.
The Titans host the Seahawks. Seattle a 3 point favorite in that game. I'm honestly surprised it's not more. Seahawks are, I mean, they're fighting for a playoff spot. Um, Titans, they have nothing to play for at this point. Um, I feel like Seattle's going to get a little bit desperate to try and win a game, because right now, if things keep going the way they're going, LA is going to win tonight, and that's, if Seattle loses, that's a playoff spot gone from them. So you got to think Seattle's going to get really, really aggressive in this game. Will Levis is going to have to do something on Tennessee's offense to try and keep them in it, but I just feel like Seattle's just going to do everything they possibly can on both sides of the ball to make sure it is absolute hell for Tennessee. So I'm going to roll with Seattle here. I don't know if Geno Smith is back, but I don't think it's going to really matter one way or another. I think Seattle's overall a much better product, much better team.
Yeah, Seattle is a much better team, and they came off the huge win against the Eagles last week, so they're still fighting for wild card spot. San Francisco already clinched the division?
Yeah, they did clinch division last
Yeah.
week, so
So
yeah.
yeah, so they can't get the division, but they're definitely in spot to claim at least one of those last two wild card spots. Either Philly or Dallas is going to get the top wild card spot. Whoever doesn't win the East, and then the last two. That's kind of a battle right now between the Vikings, Packers, Rams, Seahawks. Those teams right there. So definitely need to get a big win here.
Yeah, I'll be a big Seahawks fan this weekend, especially if the Lions end up winning as well. The Colts are on the road facing off against Atlanta. Atlanta actually a 2.5 point favorite in this game. I don't understand why. Um, Look, I mean, we don't even know who the starting quarterback is in Atlanta. I think they said they're benching Ritter the rest of the season. Um, I don't know who's going to be starting quarterback in Atlanta. Their defense is really good, but so is Indianapolis, and at least you know what you got with Gardner Minshew in Indianapolis. So I have to roll with the Colts here. I just don't see any way Atlanta wins this game. The Colts have an all-around better offense. I believe I saw something about Jonathan Taylor being back this week. I don't know for sure about that, but if he is, then yeah, I think Indianapolis for sure wins this game.
Yeah, nah, for real. This is tough. Indy just seems like every game they get like an easy draw. I don't know why, because I never want to pick Indy. I just don't feel confident in their team to win. But another easy matchup, I would say. I mean, the Falcons lost to the Panthers last week. Um, their quarterback situation's awful. They're probably bottom three in the league in quarterback, and the run game hasn't been up to par either. So, I mean, all they got's Young Hoku, so he's basically carrying the whole team right now. So, I'm going to roll with the Colts.
Yeah, Arthur Smith, he's got to go after this year. I mean,
He
the
does.
the the, the horrible misuse of Bijan and fuck, who's the other running back? I can't think of his name
Tyler
right now.
Algier.
Yeah, Tyler Algier. Like the horrible misuse of both of them. Um, and you got fucking uh Drake London and you got Pitts, and you just don't throw the ball to them. I mean, yeah, Arthur Smith has got to go. He's got to go at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
year at the very least, and maybe actually draft an actual quarterback. But yeah, no, Indianapolis. I don't like picking them, but they have probably the easiest schedule in the NFL this year. They really really do. The Panthers host the Packers. Green Bay a 5 point favorite in this game. Green Bay's a dead corpse, and well, we know if Green Bay's a dead corpse, we know what Carolina is. They are just so god awful. Um, I feel like this is a game though where Green Bay is just gonna steamroll the Panthers. The Panthers are just so bad. I know they picked up a win last week, but that's not gonna carry much weight, especially because it was against dog shit Atlanta, and you didn't even score a touchdown in that game to win. So I got to go with the Packers here. Much better team overall. They cover this 5 no problem.
Yeah, and I know it's still a long shot, but they do have chance still at the wild card. I don't know about right now, but they definitely were at least a couple weeks ago in that seventh spot.
Yeah, they're
So
they're they're not in it right now. They're 6-8. So
yeah, so they need to win desperately. Carolina, I mean Carolina needs a win too because they don't even own their picks. So if they want to screw Chicago, I mean they could do that. But yeah, I mean if Green Bay loses this, they're done for. Got to win to at least give themselves a chance at the end of the year. Um, so yeah.
yeah. Shit. The Buccaneers host Jacksonville. Tampa Bay a 3 point favorite in this game. Um, Things have come off the rails for Jacksonville the last couple weeks. Just a lot of inconsistency. Trevor Lawrence isn't playing 100%. The defense does not look good at all. The Bucks over the last few weeks, quite the opposite, right? They've kind of fell off, and all of a sudden they're back to winning ways. They just beat Green Bay last week on the road, which is very very difficult place to win in. Um, but they got the job done. I'm gonna roll with the Bucks here, though. Like I said, man, they're complete opposite of what Jacksonville has been over the last couple weeks. Just falling, like Jacksonville's just been falling apart, while Tampa Bay has, well, not been doing that. They've been looking pretty decent. And they're fighting for a division. I know Jacksonville's fighting for the division too, but at this point, man, I don't know who's even going to win that AFC South, because now it's a three-way tie between Indy, Jacksonville, and Houston right now. And with Indy having a super soft schedule left to play, Indy could steal this division. But I got to rule with the Bucks here.
This is going to be so tough, man, because both these teams need a win, and both of them are in just shitty divisions. Um, Jacksonville, of course, needs to keep their lead over the Colts and the Texans, and then same with the Buccaneers against the Saints and the Falcons. I think the Falcons are for sure going to lose. The Saints right now are down, so this would be the prime week for Tampa Bay to go ahead and get the win and take this division. I'm going to roll with Tampa Bay as well.
Yeah, just when I thought Tampa Bay was out, they've won the last couple of games now, and they're right back in this fight. The Bears host the Cardinals. Another toilet bowl this week. Chicago is a 4-point favorite in this game. I know weather could play a big factor in this game, so Arizona not really used to weather like this. Chicago, on the other hand, is. I don't know what the quarterback situation in Arizona is right now. I believe Kyler Murray will be starting. As far as I'm concerned, he is. But yeah, no, I gotta roll Chicago here. I feel like Chicago just overall has a better team. I mean, this Arizona defense is abysmal. Chicago's defense, while it's not good, I think it's a lot better, at least on paper, than Arizona. But this is going to be, again, one of those low-scoring games because the offenses are so bad. And the defenses are pretty bad too, but just because the offenses are so bad, this is just going to be a very boring, low-scoring game to watch. But Chicago, I think they win. I don't know if they cover that 4 points, though.
Yes, this is going to be another kind of toilet bowl matchup. Both these teams not great, but Chicago at least has been playing somewhat better. The Cardinals at least. I think it's going to be close though. I think that Arizona is going to cover just because they seem to be playing teams tougher than most people would think this year. But I think Chicago, just in that cold environment, is going to be better, and they're going to pull out the win here.
Yeah. Miami hosts the Cowboys. Miami, a 1-point favorite in this game. It makes sense. I mean, Dallas on the road versus Dallas at home is two very, very, very different teams. And if Philadelphia wins that division, man, it's going to be tough for Dallas in the playoffs. It really will be, because that is a very it's a very different team. Dallas at home and Dallas on the road. All the losses coming on the road for Dallas. Miami, on the other hand, they're one of the best teams at home. So I'm gonna have to go with the Dolphins here. Shout out Tyreek. He just had his third kid in the last 4 months.
He's building his own offense.
Yeah,
7 kids or something like that.
yeah, something ridiculous. While being engaged, by the way, I don't know what the fuck this man is doing, but it's ridiculous. And he also wants to be a porn star when he's done with the NFL. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna have to roll with the Dolphins here. I just think Miami at home is such a great team, and Dallas on the road is pretty bad. They can't win on the road. Or well, they can. It's just they don't look good. I mean, they average like 10 points less a game on the road. Uh, and Miami at home is basically the same story with Dallas. I mean, they're so much better at home. So in this kind of situation, you got to roll with the Dolphins here. The offense is just too explosive. I don't think Dallas is going to be able to handle Miami.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that Miami, Tyreek out here going to be a menace, uh, and that offense is going to go crazy. The Cowboys' defense is pretty solid too, though. Especially Parsons will be getting to two, I think. But Miami at home, just a different team, and same with Dallas on the road, just a different team.
The Broncos host the Patriots. Denver, a 7-point favorite in this game. Denver going to be looking to bounce back after that loss last week to the Lions. The Patriots are god awful. I believe is it Bailey Zappi playing this week for New England? Because it doesn't matter who's playing for.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. I think Belichick's gone after this year. I got to roll with the Broncos. They're still fighting for a playoff spot right now. So, yeah, go Broncos.
Yeah, I think Broncos are going to win this one, and the Patriots just they're sucked this year.
It just like the Broncos, man. They're what a wild story, man. It was like they were like 1-6. It was Broncos country. Let's cry sort of deal. Just absolutely horrible. And now they're fighting for a playoff spot. Like what is this, man? Just insane. Monday we have 3 games. Christmas Day, full of football. Starting off in the afternoon game, we have the Chiefs hosting the Raiders. Raiders had a nice win last week, big blowout win, but they're going to get their asses blown out this week by the Chiefs. They're a 10-point favorite in this game, and it's obvious why. I mean, the Raiders are so bad. Their offense is god awful. The defense not so good. They might have a little bit of fun because Kadarius Toney can't catch anything. But if I'm Patrick Mahomes, I don't know why he's still throwing to him. Like if I was Patrick Mahomes, I wouldn't be throwing to him at all.
I don't care if Tony's wide freaking open, bro. Like, and I saw a thing. It was like Gronkowski was saying that Kadarius Toney doesn't love football because if he loved football, he would fix his mistakes. And like a thing saying too that like when he first showed up to the Giants practice facility, he forgot his cleats or something. Like his mind is just not right. He just fucks up a lot. And yeah, if I was Mahomes too, I don't care if he's wide open in the end zone, bro. He's gonna drop it anyways. So
yeah, no,
no throwing to Tony.
Yeah, I would not throw to Toney the rest of the year if I'm Patrick. I don't care if he's standing in the end zone wide open. The nearest defender is 30 yards in front of him. I'm not throwing it to Toney. I don't give a shit. But that said, yeah, got to roll with the Chiefs here. The Eagles will host the Giants. This is going to be another blowout. The afternoon game on Monday. The Eagles, a 13.5-point favorite here. The Eagles are going to snap this losing streak that they're on. They've lost their last 3, but there's no way they lose to the Giants, right?
Yeah, I mean, they do then. I don't even know what to say, man. At that point, like, you better get your shit together before playoff time.
Could you imagine, though, if the Eagles and the Cowboys both lose this weekend, dude? Oh, man, that would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious. And lastly, Monday Night Football, the best game probably of all of the season right now. You got the top 2 teams in the league. You got the Ravens, who lead the AFC, and the Niners, who lead the NFC, facing off in San Francisco. San Francisco, a 5-point favorite in this game. Baltimore struggling a little bit lately. On the road, it's kind of like, Miami and Dallas, where they don't play very near what they do at home. That said, I think the Ravens are going to pull off the upset this weekend. I feel like, things have been great for both these teams lately, especially the Niners. I feel like that they're just going to get taken down just a notch against the Ravens here, and the Ravens will pull off a very sneaky Very close victory, but a nice upset victory here for the Ravens.
I'm going to have to disagree, man. I'm going to go with the 49ers here. I think this is going to be a crazy close game. I think it's going to be, one that goes down to the wire, but I think the 49ers are just the better team. I got to roll with them right now. I I think McCaffrey's going to go off. Purdy's been, hitting everyone pretty accurate, and I trust their offensive line more. I trust the 49ers team more than I do the Ravens.
No, that's understandable. Look, this is gonna be a very close game. I think either way. I think both of these teams, you know, could win this game. If this was in Baltimore, though, I think you could definitely give the edge to Baltimore in this. Neutral field though. Ooh boy, that would be crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be a really good game. We finally have a great primetime matchup this year because the NFL hates giving us those. So yeah, man, I'm real happy about that. So moving away from the NFL, we're gonna go to college football, um, to the bowl games that seemingly don't matter anymore. I mean, nobody plays. Vegas won't allow you to bet above a certain amount on the games. They can't make up lines for these games because, I mean, for example, Syracuse is starting a tight end as quarterback today because all their quarterbacks hit the portal. Every single quarterback hit the portal, and they're starting one of their tight ends as quarterback. It's just abysmal for them right now in the Boca Raton Bowl, and they're getting the piss beat out of them right now. South Florida's beating them 21-0. We got about just under 6 minutes left in the second quarter on that one. I think we both picked Syracuse to win this one, but we didn't know at the time that they didn't have any of their quarterbacks playing. So yeah, that was a bad pick on both of our ends, but
Yeah.
we got some more games to preview. Um, we have some games tomorrow. We have one game tomorrow, a few on Saturday, and a couple on Tuesday. So let's get into them. The Gasparilla Bowl. We'll see UCF facing off with Georgia Tech here. UCF is favored by 4.5 here. Um, Look, Georgia Tech gave Georgia a run for their money. They actually gave Louisville a run for their money in the first game of the season. UCF, on the other hand, just they can't handle big boy ball. They moved to the Big 12, and yeah, the record shows they can't handle big boy ball, at least not yet. Um, Look, I don't know who's starting, who's not anymore, so I'm just going to throw out randomly. I think Georgia Tech's going to win this game.
Damn, man. I'm going to have to go with UCF. I seen them beat Oklahoma State 45-3, was it? Or something crazy like that. I know Georgia Tech kept it close to Georgia, but I feel like just because, it's kind of like the whole Michigan State thing, even though that wasn't true this year, where no matter how good or bad the teams are, they just kind of keep it close, in states rivalry stuff. But yeah, I think it'll be close though. I could definitely see Georgia winning this one.
Yeah, look, it's hard to put any sort of faith in any team in any of these bowl games that aren't the playoff games because you don't know what you're going to get because so many kids are in the transfer portal right now, and more are to come too once the playoffs are over too. I heard someone say like what they should do is only players that can enter the transfer portal after the regular season are the teams that aren't in any bowl games. All of the players, they can't hit the transfer portal till after the bowl game, which I think that kind of would help at least make the bowl games a little bit more interesting because I think you'd see a lot more players at least start to play in them again. But I don't know, man. They're just so pointless at this point. I just can't. Uh, Saturday we have quite a few games. We have Eastern Michigan and South Alabama playing in the 68 Ventures Bowl. Now, I know Eastern Michigan has nobody playing. Their quarterback, who's probably one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen play in FBS level football ever this year. He hit the transfer portal. Like, bro, where the fuck are you gonna transfer to? You are the worst quarterback ever. Um, but South Alabama's a 17-point favorite in this game. I'm gonna have to roll South Alabama. I heard they got quite a bit of starters playing in this game, opposite of Eastern Michigan. So yeah, just got to roll with the heavy favorite here.
Yeah, I mean, you're that big of a favorite, especially in a bowl game. I mean, you gotta take them.
Yeah, Duke and Troy will be playing in the 76 Birmingham Bowl. Troy actually a 7-point favorite in this game. Look, Riley Leonard's off to Notre Dame. Uh, Nobody is playing for Duke. I don't even know who's playing for Troy, so I'm gonna roll with Troy here. I mean, look, it's just so hard to make picks in this game, man, because like so many people aren't playing.
For real. I mean, just tough. I think I'm gonna go with this Troy as well here. I don't really know too much on either of these teams, to be honest.
Duke was a really good team, and now Elko's gone. Uh, their quarterback's gone. All the receivers have hit the portal. I mean, it's just so bad. I think Troy at least has a lot of guys staying, so yeah, that's probably why they're favored here. North Illinois is taking on Arkansas State in the Camellia Bowl. Arkansas State a 3-point favorite in this game. I'm gonna go with the underdog here. I'm gonna pick Northern Illinois just cause. I mean, both these teams suck. Both these teams don't have anyone playing. We might see some crazy shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go Northern Illinois as well.
Air Force will be playing James Madison in the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Look, this is basically a home game for Air Force in terms of the sponsor of this bowl. Obviously, Lockheed Martin, big aircraft manufacturer for the U.S. Air Force. I feel like Air Force wants to show out for them. Both these teams don't have really a lot of starters playing. I feel like Air Force, though, will want to get the upset win here just because of the sponsor. And, it is the Armed Forces Bowl, so it is kind of like a home game for them. I feel like they're going to try to show out for it.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna roll same team here.
Utah State will be playing Georgia State in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Um, yeah, look, Utah State's a 1-point favorite in this game. I'm going to roll with them. Again, same situation with basically every team. Not a lot of starters playing. So, yeah, I'm just going to pick Utah State because, again, it doesn't really matter because none of these bowls matter.
Yeah, I mean, I barely pay attention to college football. Well, no, that's not true. I do pay attention to the big games, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't really give two shits about Utah State versus Georgia State. Like, who cares, man?
Yeah, even if this was a regular season matchup, I would not care about this game.
No, just Utah State, I guess.
Northwestern will face off against Utah in the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. Utah, a 6-point favorite here. Utah has at least a couple starters I know playing. Northwestern, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't have any notable starters anyways playing here. So I'm gonna roll with Utah here. I think better team. They have more starters playing here, so gotta roll with them.
Yeah, I just like Utah's team a lot better than Northwestern here in this game. I think that they roll pretty easily in this one.
In the last Saturday game, it is the East Coast Hawaii Bowl with San Jose State and Coastal Carolina facing off. San Jose State a 9-point favorite in this game. They have a lot of starters, I believe, playing in this game. So I'm gonna have to roll with them just based off of that. It just know that it is a sin that this game is not being played on not on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve. But I get it. They don't want to compete with the NFL on, even though it's a game that no one really wants to watch anyways, because bowl games don't matter anymore. But not having this game on Christmas Eve is kind of gonna annoy me a little bit, just because I at least want to watch something college football on Christmas Eve, but we won't get that this year.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy to think about, man.
Yeah, just it is what it is there. And then Tuesday we got 3 games. Minnesota and Bowling Green will face off in the Quick Lane Bowl. I went to this game a few years ago when it was Eastern Michigan versus Pitt. I went with Ian and our friend Tim. that was a fun game. That was the game Mike Glass punched a ref. If you haven't seen that video, dude, it is hilarious. You got to check that out. But Minnesota went 5-7, but they get in due to their academic standards here. Bowling Green, a pretty decent run this year. Minnesota's just a 3.5 point favorite here. I feel like Bowling Green can actually pull off the upset here. They have a few more starters playing, especially on their defense. They have a lot. They have a lot of guys playing in this game, so I feel like Bowling Green could pull off the upset here.
I'm still gonna roll with Minnesota. I just trust them more as a team than I do Bowling Green. But neither of these teams I'm really that high on either.
Yeah, I'm not high on either one. Plus, fuck Minnesota. Yeah. Rice and Texas State will face off in the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl. Texas State is a 5.5 point favorite in this game. Look, I don't know shit about either of these teams. I'm just gonna throw a dart at the board, and it's gonna land on Texas State. I know they're favored here. I don't think anyone's really going to be watching this game anyways, but yeah, I think Texas State will cover. We're not well, maybe they'll cover. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta roll with the team that's the favorite in this one. Again, just two teams barely making the bowls. Not much to say.
No, and then our last other game on Tuesday, we have UNLV and Kansas facing off in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Kansas is a 12.5 point favorite here. I know both these teams don't have really anyone playing in this game, but when you got you know, a spread like that and you have no starters playing, you got to roll with the team with that the team that is favored. I'm gonna roll with Kansas in this game.
Yeah, you're favored by over 10 in a bowl game. Should be pretty easy for them to win this one.
Yeah, it should be pretty damn easy for sure, man. But so that's gonna wrap it up. We'll have more bowl games on Tuesday's episode to talk about, and we'll also do a lot of reviews. So I know you want to get into a topic on the NBA now, and yeah, let's get into it, man, because this is bad.
Okay. So we just talked about it should be a pretty easy win for them. Well, guess what? A team can't get an easy win right now. The fucking Pistons, man. They lost again tonight. They lost to a 10-18. Now they're 11-18, but they were at the time 10-18 Jazz team, coming off back-to-backs on the road, and they still lost, bro.
Oh, and remind you, this was the Jazz G League team because they had 4 starters resting today.
Yep, they it's ridiculous, bro. Kelly Olynyk called game on us, bro. Kelly fucking Olynyk, bro, who used to play on the Pistons. He had 27 points, bro. How are we letting Kelly Olynyk score 27 points?
I honestly don't know. And look, I don't think the Pistons are going to win a game this year. I honestly think at this point they're going to go 80 or they're going to go 2-80. I mean, this is embarrassing.
Some guy put a bet down. It was posted on Bleacher Report and BR Betting for the Pistons not to win a game this year. He put $40 to win 40,000. I mean, that seems pretty smart, man. Only $40, and Pistons, man, they're gonna lose 80 in a row. It's gonna be ridiculous. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, look, and like yesterday, the Pistons posted some Frank Gore's propaganda, saying he's gonna donate all these toys and shit to a bunch of kids in need. That's just like, it's like, dude, at this point, like, if I was those kids, I'd be like, I don't want that shit. Fuck no. I want to win. I feel like they could give away free Pistons tickets, man, and no one would show up. It's so bad.
I was joking with people at my work. I'm like, yeah, right now the worst first date idea would be to go ask a girl, hey, do you want to go to the Pistons game? Like, that's just a slap in the face at that point, man. Like, what are we doing, man?
Look, if you're a Detroit sports fan, there's only 2 teams in this town actually worth going to go and see, and that's the Red Wings and the Lions. Both are.
The Tigers are all right.
I mean, yeah, the Tigers are okay. I mean, they should be better than they
Yeah.
were this past season. But I mean, the Tigers aren't playing right now. So out of the three teams playing sports right now, there's only two teams actually worth your while. And Wings tickets are pretty cheap still. Um,
Yeah.
but
Speaking about wings, we're gonna be starving forever, man.
oh yeah, no, yeah, free, yeah, yeah. So
If they ever win, bro, that line out wing stops can be out the damn door, bro.
every fucking wing stop, every wing stop will have at least, you know, at least a 40-minute wait for food, because of just how ridiculous. I mean, 5 free wings every time the Pistons win a game. Yeah, no, look, take those wings, give them back to the distributor because you don't fucking need them, bro. This is so bad. When you lose to a team's G League team, essentially, at after coming, you had rest, they just had back to backs on the road, and you lose to a team that has zero functional players on the court. You are just terrible. I honestly have no idea what's going on. Frank Gore still hasn't said anything. I feel like this loss is gonna force him to say something, man, because this is terrible. And the NBA, if ownership continues to play dead, like the NBA has to get in here and force him to sell the team at this point because this is just embarrassing.
Yeah, freaking, I'm looking at a poster right now. People with bags over their heads sell the team. There was a sell the team chant in the game tonight. Yeah, it's bad, man. Like, this is ridiculous. Just how bad. I've never in my entire I've seen some pretty damn bad Pistons teams. Last year's team was horrible. Like, basically from '08 or '09, basically until like 2019. I mean, they were awful. They'd missed the playoffs all those years, and got bounced in the first round, swept in the years they did make it, like in 2016 or whatever. They've been bad, but they've never been this bad, and they're on pace right now, man, by a long shot to break the record for not only the worst, record wise in basketball history. I mean, this is going to be one of the worst records in sports history. I think 2-80 is a lot more embarrassing than 0-16. I mean, it's a lot worse, man.
Oh no, absolutely.
A lot worse.
I don't think it's realistic still because it is the NBA. I feel like they're gonna get a win somewhere. Where that will be, I don't know. But
I don't know. I mean,
like,
because I would thought tonight would have been the game, man.
yeah, no, that's the thing.
Was tonight.
And the thing is that, like, someone asked me, like realistically though, how many wins do you think the Pistons will get? And I said, it's the NBA. Maybe they'll get to about 10 or 11. At this point, dude, I'm thinking that number is going to be more like 4 or 5 because I don't think they're going to go 2-80. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think
But
so either. I know that's like kind of a.
it's the meme right now, but man, it's getting worse and worse.
I don't think they do. We're like a third of the way through the year, and they have 2 wins. Like, I don't see them getting to double digits. Maybe 7, 8. I mean, the worst record ever was in a lockout year. It was the Charlotte Bobcats, and they went 7-59, and that seems like pretty generous considering the Pistons are 2-26 right now.
Yeah, no, that is embarrassing. I mean, absolutely embarrassing. I'm gonna go on FanDuel right now, see if I can find that Pistons win a game in the rest of 2020.
Yeah, and also, like, man, if I would have known this, man, even like just betting money line, or I don't know how they're doing against the spread this year. I really don't, but bro, even just putting like $100 every game on Pistons to lose money line, bro. I mean, that's free money right there. That's infinite glitch, man.
Honestly, it really is at this point, man.
They're probably like a plus like 400 favorite to win any game now.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, it is so embarrassingly bad. it is really the infinite money glitch. I honestly at this point I feel like Vegas is gonna stop letting you bet on the Pistons or against the Pistons.
Yeah. Oh my
So I'm
god.
I'm 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 gonna pull up see if I can find anything relating to that because that would be absolutely embarrassing. I mean, absolutely embarrassing to see happen this year. Um, let's see. I can't even find anything for the NBA or not the NBA, but for the Pistons at all. Let alone, um, you know, figure out or find that bet. Um, but yeah, dude, the Pistons are just so embarrassingly bad. I mean, you cannot have, you know, you, when you lose to a team that's really bad. I mean, the Jazz are a bad team, and they are resting four starters, and you still lose, dude.
For
And
real, like I'm trying to think who they. So yeah, no Laurie Markkinen, their best player. No Jordan Clarkson. Like the Jazz are little. Yeah, they don't even have like the only good player that played for the Jazz today was like Colin Sexton. Like with John Collins is gonna. You're losing to You're losing to Kelly Olynyk. You're losing to Chris Dunn, bro. You're losing to some guy. I don't even know this guy. Semyon Afani, bro. Like, who? I can't even pronounce this dude's name, bro. Who is this man? Who the fuck is that guy?
who the fuck is that guy?
For real.
I mean, man, this is so bad. The Detroit Pistons, man. That
For real.
the
They living up to their name, man. The Detroit Pistons, man.
the Detroit Pistons. But yeah, man, just embarrassing. I hope something changes, but I just we just need ownership to say something. I mean, fuck, it's not that hard to fucking make an appearance, dude. But no, instead you fucking force your social media guy to
Bro, the
you
social
know,
media guy's
oh,
hilarious,
oh dude,
man.
dude,
He's
it
either been doing no captions or like he'll write just final. Like and everyone's just like, man, this guy's gotta hate his job right now.
yeah, no,
He's
it's
the
it's it,
social media guy.
it's
He's getting
it's
all the hate.
like the Red Wings social media guy a few years ago, man, when the Red Wings were super bad. But the Red Wings were never this bad, man. This is
No.
embarrassing. This is new lows, not just in the NBA, but just sports in general. Like
Yeah.
I honestly, this is worse than losing every single game in an NFL season.
It is
It,
because
like,
like I mean, just like for the fact that you can go 30 games, they're gonna go probably 30 games and 2 wins. Like crazy, man. They're gonna break the record, I think. So the record over two combined seasons was 28 in a row, but the record with just one season is 26, and the Pistons just hit 25 tonight in a row. So two more games and they break the record.
yeah, no, dude, I cannot, I literally cannot find anything on. Like I'll search for the Pistons on FanDuel and nothing shows up. So
Yeah, I'm not sure
yeah,
which app he used to place that, but if you go on Instagram and look at BR betting, you'll see the post I'm talking about the guy betting on the Pistons to lose every game the rest of the year.
yeah, dude, that's insane. Um, that you that's just so embarrassing. The Pistons are embarrassing. But yeah, no, they but that post that the Pistons had yesterday about the Gore's giving away all these toys. Um, the social media guy, like with good conscience, how could you actually post that when the team is this bad? I mean, that post got bombed on Twitter with people saying that's great, but sell the team and just shit like that. Just constantly, just basically everything was sell the team, sell the team. Um, it was so bad. They were talking about it on the sports radio in Detroit. Just it was so bad. It was hilarious. Some of these comments, man. Um, A lot of them are not really appropriate for the radio, so they couldn't really say them. But man, it is really bad for the Pistons right now, and things don't seem to be getting any better either.
No.
So that
That's
is
gonna do it. Yeah.
that is gonna do it for us today. Tuesday, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Obviously, NFL review. We're gonna have bowl games to review. Real quickly, I saw Michigan got handed a notice from the NCAA about their findings in the investigation, the first investigation that Michigan was under this year about hosting recruits during the COVID dead period. Michigan has about 90 days to respond, and then the NCAA has another 60 days to respond to Michigan's response. So lots to come on that. We'll talk about it more, but yeah, for all you stupid Michigan fans that are just like, "Oh, it's just a cheeseburger," it's not just a cheeseburger. You're embarrassing our fan base. Shut up. Quit being retarded. But yeah. Anyways, guys, rate, review, subscribe. Help us out. Let us know what you want to see more of, and we will see you guys on Tuesday.